Chapter 1. Programming Languages. In the chapter, different programming languages. Some other programming languages. A computer or a system is operated by a given set of rules and instruction to perform some task. These set of rules and instructions are able to control the working of computer or any automated and/or manipulated machine. To control the computer system using these sequential set of grammatical rules are known as programming languages. In other words, programming language is a vocabulary and a set of grammatical rules for instructing a computer system to perform any specific task. Hence, we can say that a programming language plays a very important role to control and operate a computer system. Different programming languages. Different kinds of languages have been developed to perform different types of work on the computer. Basically, languages can be divided into two categories according to how the computer understands them. They are 1. Low-level languages. 2. High-level languages. 1. Low-level languages. Low-level computer languages are machine codes. Computers cannot understand instructions given in English. It can only understand and execute instructions given in the form of machine language, that is, language of 0 and 1. There are two types of low-level languages. A machine language. B. Assembly language. A machine language, first generation languages, 1GL. It's the lowest level and named as first generation of programming language. Low-level language consists of only two conditions, that is, either true 1 or false 0. This type of language is known as binary language. A computer system could understand only binary language, that is, all the instruction feed into the computer system must be in the form of 0, 1. Machine-level languages are very tough to understand by the humans. Advantages of machine language. Machine languages are directly interact with computer system. There is no requirement of software of conversion like compiler or interpreter. It takes very less time to execute a program because there is no conversion take place. Disadvantages of machine language. It's machine-dependent language, that is, individual program required for each machine. To develop a program in machine language, it's too hard to understand and program. It's time-consuming to develop new programs. Debugging process is very hard because finding errors process is typical. Machine language is not portable language. B. Assembly language, second generation languages, 2GL. Assembly language was developed to overcome some of the inconveniences that were faced in the machine language. This is another low-level, but a very important language, in which operation codes and operands are given in the form of alphanumeric symbols instead of zeros and 1s. These alphanumeric symbols are known as mnemonic codes and can have maximum up to 5-letter combination. For example, ADD for addition, sub for subtraction, etc. This language is also very difficult and needs a lot of practice to master it because very small English support is given to this language. The instructions of the assembly language are converted to machine codes by language translator to be executed by the computer. In this language, the translator used is assembler. Advantages of assembly language. It is easily understood by human because it uses statements instead of binary digits. To develop a program, it takes less time. Debugging and troubleshoot is easy to find error. It's a portable language. Disadvantages of assembly language. It's a machine-dependent language. Due to that, program designed for one machine cannot be used by other machine. Sometimes it's hard to understand the statement or command use. 2. High-level languages. Third-generation languages 3GL. High-level languages give formats close to English language. The purpose of developing high-level languages is to enable people to write programs easily. High-level languages are basically symbolic languages that use English words or mathematical symbols rather than mnemonic codes. Each instruction in the high-level language is translated into many machine language instructions, thus showing one-to-many translation. Advantages of high-level language. In this, instructions and commands are much easier to remember by programmer. Its logic and structure are much easier to understand. Debugging is easier in comparison to other language. Less time consuming to write new programs. HLL are described as being portable language. Disadvantages of high-level language. HLL programming language takes more space in comparison to other machine language and /or assembly language. This programming language executes slowly. Fourth generation languages 4GL. Fourth generation language 4GL is a programming language that is closer to human language than other high-level languages and are accessible to people without formal training as programmers. They allow multiple common operations to be performed with a single programmer-entered command. They are intended to be easier for users than machine languages, first generation, assembly languages, second generation, and older high-level language, third generation, fifth generation languages, 5GL. A fifth generation programming language, 5GL, is any programming language based on problem-solving method using constraints given to the program rather than using an algorithm written by a program. Most constraint-based and logic programming languages and some other declarative languages are fifth generation languages. Some other programming languages. Let us read to know more about programming languages. BASIC. The original BASIC was first developed at Dartmouth University by John Kemeny and Thomas Kurtz and introduced on the 1st of May, 1964. BASIC is short form of Beginner's All-Purpose Symbolic Instruction Code and is an easy-to-understand programming. Today, BASIC is not used to develop programs, but is sometimes used to help teach the fundamentals of programming. Below is an example of a BASIC program that prints Hello World. 10. Print Hello World. 20. END. Although BASIC is not commonly used today, new variants of BASIC such as Visual Basic are still popular and widely used. Visual Basic. Visual Basic was developed by Microsoft to extend the capabilities of BASIC by adding objects and event-driven programming buttons, menus, and other elements of graphical user interfaces. GUIs. Visual Basic can also be used within other Microsoft software to program small routines. COBOL. COBOL is a high-level programming language first developed by the Codicil Committee Conference on Data Systems Languages in 1960. The word COBOL is an acronym that stands for Common Business Oriented Language. As the expanded acronym indicates, COBOL is designed for developing business, typically file-oriented, applications. It is not designed for writing systems programs. For instance, you would not develop an operating system or a compiler using COBOL. C. C is a high-level and general-purpose programming language that deals with developing firmware or portable applications. Originally intended for writing system software, C was developed at Bell Labs by Dennis Ritchie for the Unix operating system in the early 1970s. HTML. HTML was developed by Tim Berners-Lee in 1990. HTML is short form for Hypertext Markup Language. It is a language used to create web pages on the World Wide Web that contains hyperlinks to other pages. Every web page you see on the internet contains HTML code that helps format and show text and images in an easy-to-read format. Fortran. Fortran, formerly written in all caps Fortran, is a programming language designed for numeric computation and scientific computing. First introduced in 1954, Fortran is the oldest programming language and is still widely used. Its applications are found in the scientific fields, particularly numerical weather prediction, computational fluid dynamics, and computational physics. Fortran is also quite popular in high-performance computing and is used in program benchmarking and ranking the world's fastest supercomputers. JavaScript. JavaScript is a programming language used to make web pages interactive. It runs on the visitor's computer and doesn't require constant downloads from the website. JavaScript is often used to create polls and quizzes. JavaScript was originally developed by Brendan Eich and known as LiveScript. It was later renamed to JavaScript in 1995. Below is a basic example of a JavaScript that prints Hello World. Review. Different kinds of languages have been developed to perform different types of work on the computer. Low-level computer languages are machine codes. Assembly language was developed to overcome some of the inconveniences that were faced in the machine language. The purpose of developing high-level languages is to enable people to write programs easily. Fourth-generation languages allow multiple common operations to be performed with a single programmer-entered command. BASIC is short form of Beginner's All-Purpose Symbolic Instruction Code.